I donate directly to ICE instead. That's just what I do.
Yeah.
I like,
Just in the last couple of weeks, I just keep hearing these voices to be like, join ICE, donate to ICE.
Fund the immigrada.
Welcome back to Two Tune Tuesday. We made it. It's all the way to the end of the series, lads. We made it to the end. Congratulations to everybody involved. This is the end of the series.
Oh, bollocks.
End of series 1. End of series.
All right.
Yeah, there might be more coming, but we'll get to that later. It's a very special episode, so this is the last one before our gig on the 30th in the Folklore Hoxton. So we're gonna play a couple of each other's tunes, ones that we like. I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna play Phosphor by Colin Andrew.
Take something you want, say it plain. Every time you go, you come back the same way again. Shrouded in phosphor, all that you offer, nothing to say. Still going over 7 years sober.
Yeah, Carl.
Yep.
God damn.
I was just trying to look humble the whole time,
Yeah, man. I just fucking there's loads in that tune. I actually, now that playing it again, there's loads I want to ask you. But one of the things I really like about it is, and it's such a simple thing, but the verses being offbeat, like the melody, like the vocals, and the chorus, like everything goes to on. Like you get this really nice kind of and you're kind of, some of the lines you kind of throw away, like rhythmically, and it's really nice when it lands in the chorus. Like, yeah, every time I listen to it, that's one of the things that sticks out to me. Who's on bass?
James Killen from Edinburgh.
Oh, is it James?
Yeah, you know James. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's fucking great, man, and he's just very, very subtle. But some really nice stuff in there that was so musical. I mean, the lineup is silly for that track, like it's class. And yeah, I don't know. It was like a big co-write. There's like 8 writers on it. It's like a fucking Beyonce tune or something. It's like because I wrote it during like a big writers retreat. Sorry, I don't know if you want me to go off on a big tangent now, as usual, but I wrote it in a big writers retreat with like 6 other guys. And then we came back and worked on it a bit more, and actually brought in another few people to like work on it as well. So it's but like everything was pretty much there. I just rewrote like the second verse just to make it a bit more clarity of the actual lyrics and stuff like that, and the narrative.
No, I mean, it doesn't sound like anything went to waste on it. Do you know what I mean? Like that track is like, all the performances are great. I love the mix. The mix is wicked. Like your voice is really, it's such a good vocal performance, but like you're really well supported in everything that's happening and like how it's mixed.
Shout out Eduardo Muera. Yeah, exactly. And Eduardo drummed on it as well. So it was
great fucking drumming.
Great drums.
That's good. It's very soulful. I listened to all of your music that was available to me. And I've definitely noticed.
I need you closer to the mic, Ed. Sorry. Go on.
I'll come closer to the microphone.
Thank you.
I'll be good, Stephen. Sorry. Don't touch the bad man. Don't hurt the bad man. Don't. No. I listened to all your music last night. in chronological order, and
Wow.
I've noticed like particularly one of the most consistent things that is incredibly strong is like vocal is really present. It's always so good. Like I'm really like, you know, the vocal is just there all the time. It's never gone away. It's never drifts. It's perfect. It's crisp. It never. In all of them, I would say that's so. This is kind of like I was going to ask you a question because to me, some of the songs sound like they should be on TV. Like they actually sound like they should be like in like certain scenes in like I hate to call these, maybe you don't like this now, but like romantic kind of things. Like someone's after breaking up or something. There's actually kind of elements of Westlife in there and Home and Away. I don't know. I feel like I mean there's an Irishness to Home and Away even though it's from a different country.
But I agree with that.
And it's kind of like, do you think you've kind of, this is more soulful? The other ones were probably more like were less soulful in some ways. Do you think you've kind of become more soulful over time, or is that something you're going towards?
I think so, yeah. Or at least like more Americana probably thing, you know? Like to say the song that I'm going to play later, it's probably like more in that direction of like, I think that's really where my wheelhouse is. Like, I think my background is folk, that really feeds into it, like Irish folk. I think my preference musically would be more Americana, and then my writing was always very pop kind of thing, because that's just kind of naturally what happens. But yeah, I think I'm moving actively more in that direction, especially like simplifying the production, which I think like we really nailed here. Like there's loads of stuff that I'm really happy with, and it's really tasty and musically satisfying for everyone who's playing on it. But it's not like we definitely didn't overcook it, you know. I feel like in some of the earlier stuff, we threw everything at it, but we were very like, you know, what's the word when you use like everything and try and pare it back, but we didn't pare back enough. I kind of felt in hindsight, you know. So now it's like from the get go, keep it simple, I guess.
It's funny. That's. I mean, yeah. I'm just in solidarity and all that because Adam's picked my track, The Man. It feels like one of those ones to me where I like, yeah, I started to get the production point of things right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it takes a while. That being said though, man, I mean when I say it like that, it sounds like the other tunes are like, I love the other songs as well. I just think I never viewed this as being like more of an Americana song, but I guess that's the music that I love the most, so it makes sense to me that this is the tune that always sticks out to me the most, because yeah, and the mix is, and I'm a fucking nerd, the mix is incredible. The mix is so good.
I was gonna say, on like Adam's point there, like my only mix notes are like turn my vocal up. That's it. That's all I ever say.
They always listen.
Can I have more of me, please?
Yeah, and they always listen, because I'm not putting that out until you turn me up by half a dB more.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
And that bridge as well, Stephen, your favorite. I don't know. You always say this to me. It was like the bridge in that one in particular. I was kind of just like, I thought that you're not expecting it, because I don't think you are. I don't know. When I first listened to it, I definitely wasn't expecting it.
When you go full R&B, call, you're like, you're like in soul, and then I will love. You know what I mean? It's like straight in the rain, like. But it's great. I love it.
It's a Carl Murphy special chord wise, and then I just matched his freak, you know, kind of thing.
I agree. There's some great freak matching going on in that bridge.
You feel me?
And the vocal. I mean, I keep saying it, but I'm gonna fucking say it again. And the vocal performance, man, like it shines the whole way through. And then the way you land the bridge, I'm like, fucking, that's my boy.
Well,
that guy.
Let's see if it'll be as powerful on Sunday after a week of other gigs, but we'll see. Well, I'm very optimistic.
Yeah. No, we're selling, man. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best.
Boys, I can't handle this glazing anymore. Come on, get onto your tunes. Let's go.
They do a couple of live videos as well that would have been nice to put up, but we can always be sharing those, because you've one live video there in a studio kind of space. It's really nice. And
who's this? Who are you talking about?
You, Stephen. Sorry.
Oh, me?
Yeah. What? Me? The links?
I don't think there's a single fucking live performance I have on the internet where I'm like, nailed that. Soon.
Raw, man. It's raw.
It is raw.
Yeah, it's
certainly.
That's what Gordon Ramsay would shout if he saw it anyway. But anyway.
It's raw.
Oh my god, fuck! It's fucking raw! Big boy, come here. It's fucking raw!
You wouldn't serve this to a dog.
All right, well, I'll let you do the intro so there again, Ed.
This is More Than Me by Stephen Springall.
He wants to see all of me. I guess that's what people in love do. I explain that I'm dirty, that it's alright underneath the nude. Someone earnest stripping me off in a haze. But what he wants, he always gets. See, I love him more than he loves me. Him more than he loves me. Stuck in this rut. She's too young to say but. Each time he picks her up, he says it's a small thing from her family. She don't want to, but it's what people in love do. Got me all wrong, my mind all over the place. But what he wants, he'll always get. See, I love him. Oh God, I love him. I love him more than I love me.
Boy.
I haven't listened to that in a while.
Sexy, man.
Oh my god.
It's so sexy. I mean, it's fucking class. I mean, those choruses, man, I just think they're so delicious.
Oh, thanks, man.
And a nice, like, little snappy. I think that's the key to those choruses, is like there's so many changes in it, but it's quick.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? It's like a proper, lovely little, like, roller coaster wave at the end of that section. But the lyrics are brilliant, man. Like, do you want to go into, like, what the song is about? Because I just think it's, like, it's class that
Thanks.
you've sort of hidden. Anyway, I'd like you to tell the people what it's about.
Keep trying to find the shortest way to tell it, but I think like
Yeah.
basically there's that big culture around where I grew up in Ireland of like older boys taking out like younger girls in cars and stuff like that, and I've got two
Yeah.
younger sisters, and just that got me thinking about what that dynamic is like and how that was kind of the starting point of seeing it, and then how you see it as it goes on in life, that like women often are expected to sacrifice a lot of themselves for love. You know, there's ways that affects men as well, but this was kind of the song that I was trying to figure that out through, I guess. I just had the line, but I love him more than he loves me type thing, and then it all went from there. And it's kind of the whole thing is like the choice of chords and the genre is like, I deliberately went Jack Johnson the first time because it's like here's a love song, but it's also a reference to Nina Simone, that song, My Baby Loves Me. And that's funny because they used to kick the shit out of each other, her and her husband. So you have this like dun, 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 and they're kicking several barrels of shit out of each other behind the scenes, you know. So that's why I chose that, and then we went into the studio and the lads jazzed it up, and it got all 50s-y, which was cool. It suited the tune, suited the words.
That's unbelievable double bass playing as well.
Oh, from Flo, man,
So
it's
nice.
so funny. It's
So
like
nice.
all my buddies, man. It's so great. Like, got Sa on keys, Florian Bell on bass. Just a hilarious time in the studio, and all that, like all the pushes and all that were all jammed in the studio as well, which is that's still my favorite part of the song, is when we all go ba-doo-doo-doo-doo, all that stuff. Yeah.
It's class. There's a live, you can tell there's some live energy to all the performances, you know?
Yeah. Everything I do, I try and get the band in a room and stuff like that, and that's also the same. Which is why you can hear me playing out of time, pushing ahead of the band at a couple of points in there. But you know, you just got to keep it. Sometimes you just got to keep it in there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think I didn't really notice that, but I think you can. That's what gives it the live energy. Sometimes, you know, there's an actual excitement within the performance, you know, that can. Even if you're pushing ahead of the beat, sometimes it's like that's what makes it feel like it's in a room.
I got to pick any song, Steve, but I was driving around last night listening to your music, not on Spotify. I was on your website, just, you know,
My guy.
where you can spend, you know, you can buy Steve the price of, you know, a reasonably priced apple, and you can buy his track off of him or something, you know, if you want
You
to.
help me eat actual apples. I haven't had fruit in years.
There's fluctuation, though, to be fair.
But that fruit in years. Look at him.
Horrendous rickets. Just he gets up from his chair, his legs are like fucking.
Yeah, they do a lot of work in post these days. But I like the I always like the alternative kind of. You think it's something else. This kind of, you said Jack Johnson. I kind of for some reason felt Norah Jonesy as well. That wintry kind of, we're all sitting down by the fire. In my case, I was driving a car, and like it was all nighttime and smoky, and it definitely kind of gives that feeling, which is really nice for this season in some ways. Obviously, there's a deeper meaning to it, though. It's kind of complicated, which is nice. Like, it's not just, you know, everything's fine. Sometimes things aren't fine. Particularly for me, I really enjoy at 1:38 when the drums come in, and there's kind of like a different beat to the drums. It kind of just, I really enjoy it. It's kind of a warm feeling throughout. Like the tape, I think you were saying to me, you used as a tape compression or something. There's something there kind of just warming it up nicely, and it's like just sitting so
Brett
pretty.
Studio's the real deal, man. He's got like legit, like, so it all went into Pro Tools in the end, but it all went through tape machines first. And I think some of the stuff he ran through it 2 or even 3 times. Like the piano is a real piano, and it's super warbly if you solo it, because it's been ran through tape so much. But it's cool. It's a great effect. Like, it really, like, when there's a bit where it goes down to just me playing, and then we do the walk up again, bo, 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 and the band comes in, and it gets really wide, and that's mainly the piano just being stereo mic'd, fucking ran through a tape machine 3 times. It's a really cool effect.
It's really got the quality of a record. Like, you know, the way you listen to, sometimes you can hear, you can visualize the room, and you know exactly where everything is positioned and stuff like that. You know, it really gives that quality.
Thanks, guys. All right.
I love the vocal as well, to be fair.
Really? Thanks, man.
Yeah. It gives a bit of Conor Clancy from Toucan, actually, at times. I never heard that in your voice before.
I was
a round
for a while.
Yeah, it's got a round fry. It's very nice.
I was like, that man can certainly sing.
He can.
All right, what are we doing? Who's up?
It's me. And I have chosen. There it is. Hold on. I have chosen The Same Way by Madam.
Help me sleep at night. I'll do my best to mind the flame if you keep me sane. Even if I'm far away,
very much. Thank you very much.
Excellent, mate. Excellent.
Soundbite.
Class.
Oh man.
Oh, good.
Steve, I feel like I keep talking first, so sorry. Go ahead, Stephen.
So I've had the privilege of seeing this in a room with people and just watching people bawl their eyes out when you play the song live, man. Like, it's really affecting. One of the lines that always gets me, and I don't know if, like, I'm going to read into your words and you can tell me. You can tell me if I'm wrong or let me keep my dream. I think you do such a good, in lots of your lyrics, I think you do a great job of walking the line between, like, kind of the more sensitive side of masculinity, but it's still being like masculinity. And that line, "I'll do my best to mind the flame," for me is like just that thing of like, you know, that's my job in this. Like, I'll protect the flame type thing. I'm just like, gets me now, man. I'm crying about it now. Like, I think it's such a good line.
Yeah, so man, yeah. It's like I wrote the thing. I'll just ramble on. But I wrote it like originally because my sister and her partner were far away from each other, and I don't know if any of you had that long distance thing. I think you probably have, and it's kind of like my belief that if I kind of just looked in a certain space in the sky, that we might actually be able to, at exactly the same time that we quantumly might be able to feel like we're together. And I think that line, Steve, is kind of trying to maintain, like, when you need to put work into things to keep them alight. You know, you can't just dawdle on by and hope that it'll be fine. You actually have to put work into things. And I think you're right. It is kind of a sensitive thing that we're trying to get across here. But yeah, and sometimes I'm particularly someone who's in my head. I mean, obviously I'm talking about my wife now as well, but like someone who's in my head. When I'm in my head a lot, I'm very grateful.
Just ring.
Oh yeah.
Where the hell is my house?
Yeah, one ring to rule them all. It actually looks like something out of Mordor as well. Like
Fucking class.
There's some girth to it, all right. Like
some girth ring on you. Don't say that, Adam. But at this particular moment. But yeah. So it's kind of like, you know, the kind of it's almost like these kind of agreements you have, where you're like, you know, for me anyway, like, she definitely didn't say that she was going to keep me sane, but she does, like, kind of grounds me a little bit, and I kind of have to do other things too. So I don't know, yeah, that's kind of, and I think a lot of that album is particularly around loss and grief. So it's kind of like when things are away, and this is nice because it's like not necessarily about someone being there, or like spiritually in the same way that someone like has, like, you know, died. It's like, you know, oh, someone's far away, and that's kind of. That's quite hard for people, I think, you know. It can be quite challenging. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I suppose, like, the distance thing is, like, it's one thing if somebody is gone or they're not in your life or whatever, but it's like you're, like you said, you're trying to actively maintain a relationship that's, you know, has some distance to it. And distance just always pulls people apart, regardless of anything. But the best music really in the world is the thing, like I was trying to define it during the week, of like, it really just immediately that song makes you feel something, you know. And it's like it's the lyrics are beautiful, like in that it's obvious what the song is about, and you just have some really nice I don't like, simplicity is the wrong word because it's all very clever, but it's like it's direct, you know, I suppose is the point. But I was like listening through last night, and I was like, immediately I was like, oh yeah, that's the one. Like I put on the album, I was like, all right, very cool. It was like, I'm going to listen to the rest of this, but I don't have to. This is the song that I want to pick, like, because it's just pops out. Like the strings are amazing, the arrangement's fantastic, and yes, beautiful song, man. Like very proud. You should be.
You're very good. You're very good.
Very classic Keelan Kenny textures as well in it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it just works so well, man. Like the mix is so deep. Like there's just the harder you listen or the deeper you listen, the more little things are happening around the place, and the strings just fucking soar in there near the end. So good.
Stunning. And just enhance that emotion.
I think like what you were saying a while ago there, Colin, was like this kind of like trying not to do everything at once. A lot of the writing for this album was actually very bare. Like the songs were very simple when they were written, so sometimes it's hard to play them on their own. You need people to support you, And this was one of those where like I had a track written very quickly, and I think when we had strings at the start of the album, we wanted to have more strings kind of at some point. And I really like how it kind of drops in. I think Davey just drops in, and it's just like we're off, you know, because a lot of the music I've been writing is kind of, I don't think it has that immediate entry point, you know. It's kind of a lot of a build up, or so that I think that's where it pulls people in a little bit. It's like, oh, and we're finally starting now, I see.
I do actually have that as a note, man. I have a thing in my just general life where I hate when it sounds like everything's super square, you know, because for those of you who aren't musicians, everything is like recorded and it's on a grid nowadays, whereas music beforehand wasn't. And I hate it when it sounds like everything starts on the grid, whereas that drum part sticks out because he comes in early, and then the build up happens, right, if I remember correctly, whereas normally they just come in at the start of the build up, you know what I mean? And there's loads of little things like that, like the strings come in before the bar starts. Just great, really musical performances throughout.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Colin.
Also, you're singing, man, just very quickly, rhythmically, like it really, like I'm not, because there's no real drums at the start, like all the sway and everything is coming from your vocal delivery. You know, it's really, what's on your voice there? I'm
not sure. There's multi-track. It's like, I don't know, there's probably 3 or 4 at least of me. The one thing I kind of noticed, it feels a bit like Cat Stevens meets Mick Christopher or something. I don't know, there's something weird going on there. The way I'm singing, I don't normally sing like that, and I kind of, when I play it live, I think sometimes it gets a bit bigger at the end. It feels a bit more like, you know, Hey Day, Mick Christopher at the end, you know, there's a big note at the end, and we're all like, yeah, it's the end of the song. But like, I think I'm not quite sure of all the effects that have been used on my vocal, but there are definitely multiple versions of me, and sometimes whisper tracks, just me whispering. I'd whisper tracks, and three versions of me singing at the same time, and like, especially with something kind of like the range. I feel like at this particular album, the range has kind of come down a bit. I've gone very deep with the vocal, and
just so deep.
So like when that's something so deep, man. And you need to have I think you need to have support for yourself in that vocal. It's really hard. Well, personally, I think so. Anyway, playing it live, it's just so, when you're on your own, it's so vulnerable. It's in such a low range, and it's sometimes hard to kind of get that across. So I think that's what's going on there.
No, yeah. It's also, this is probably the longest episode we've ever done, which is good for the people. If it's the last of the series, let us know in the comments if you want.
Yeah,
3 hours.
We can run through the covers and stuff as well, but it's nice to hear people's points on their own music, you know, that kind of way.
I find it way more interesting, and it's like gotten me very horny for Sunday. I'm ready for it. Stephen, probably.
Stephen, your go, but you were going to talk about me, but you can talk. But you already said Colin, so I'll do Colin.
Yeah.
This is Sleeping on My Dreams. This is Sleeping on My Dreams by Colin Andrew.
I don't know how to be alone. It's been so long I've been with someone, overthinking every step and making everyone a threat. Everything is different, nothing's changed. I keep on trying, you stay the same. I'm a different person. You thought you knew, everything comes back to you in the end. Feel there's something always out there waiting for me. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay, step by step, day by day. It's I really can't recall, 'cause I really didn't know you at all. Feel there's something always out there waiting for me. I keep on trying, you stay the same. I'm a different person. You thought you knew, everything comes back to you.
Yo.
I might do a
Yo.
comment. I might make first comments. I'm not normally one to make first comments, but yeah, I just feel like it's a very vulnerable space that I'm in for a little bit, and like I don't know, do you know, like I think Colin, maybe you can lead us into this in a minute, but I think like for me, like there's definitely kind of like the pop influences that make it feel like it could be in a show, and it could be like this, that could be the starting song to a show, for example, to a comedy or a romantic kind of drama potentially as well, and it has kind of a, to me, like, you know, that thing like John Mayer. I don't know, I kind of feel like, you know, everyone hates on John Mayer, you know, a little bit, and I kind of feel like they're wrong too, and for me this kind of reminds me of that a little bit. It's kind of like, you know, it's pop and it's unashamedly to be, and particularly in the choruses, I kind of feel like it's a vulnerable place. I wrote down a TV show in 2006, 2007. For some reason, I don't know why, but
I would have loved that. It'd make some actual fucking money, but yeah.
been watching too much Veronica Mars at the moment myself, but yeah. So that I just kind of feel like I don't know. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about it.
I think I was actually, it's incredibly raw, like too raw actually. Like I'm realizing that more when I look back on my own music, like lately, like I was really trying to be intentionally like make myself uncomfortable, and I've done that a lot, you know. I think over lockdown especially, like, was when this song was written, and a lot of the songs from that EP, and I was really listening to like a lot of Dodie. You know who Dodie is?
Yeah.
And her lyrics are like basically just like lifted straight from her diary, so I was giving that kind of energy of like make it clunky and awkward so that the line intentionally sticks out. And now I'm like listening back late, like as a fucking 31-year-old man, and just being like, oh, it's too clunky and awkward, but like it's just like that's what I was trying to do at the time, you know. So I have a question for you afterwards, but
I don't know if I agree with the, like, that first line. That how do I say this? The first line of a tune is so important, right? That is what decides a lot of the time if people are going to stay. So I often try and start songs with a question or a weird statement, because you want people to be like, oh, what's it about? Yours isn't a question, but I don't know how to be alone is like immediately like, oh, fuck, man.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. Tell me more. You know what I mean?
Like, I think I was sitting in my fucking parents' shed in Beaufort, like, during lockdown. Like, I'd literally, for some context, I'd just come back from America, like, basically got deported because of COVID. And then I broke up with my girlfriend, as I tend to do before I write any song. And, it's actually a prerequisite for a songwriting session. But, I then was I was like, honestly, it's very raw, because I think that was like probably one of the worst times of my life, you know. So I think I was just really being like, just putting it all out there. But then like the chorus to me almost feels separate to the rest of the song, because like the chorus was actually just just trying to be triumphant in some way, like, you know. And my mom really likes the chorus. That's how it's nice.
I have a question, because what my next thing about the words and the vibe of it is like the chorus almost fools me, but you can tell that it's like it like, and that's what I like about it is masquerading. It's like, I am fine. No, I am fine, and you kind of
yeah.
And something in I think this stuff all leaks in. Like, it kind of drum fills into a thing where you think another chorus is coming around, but you end the song that way. And to me, that is kind of linked to this kind of like masquerading of being like, yeah, it's all grand. Oh, we finished. Oh, we're
100%.
We
That was
get home triumphantly, you know.
Yeah, literally. Like, I think that was unintentionally intentional, because it was like, I wanted it to finish on that everything comes back to you in the end. So I'm literally like, it's just me completely ruminating, like, and being like, yeah, exactly. Like, everything's going to be great once I get out of this situation. But it's like, it's, you know, you're just stuck in that loop, like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. And also from a nerdy point of view as well, the way the bridge goes into the pre-chorus, big fan. Love that transition. Really like that.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And I think I like the guitar part. That's one thing I like from the song. That's a redemption.
Oh, the beginning, man. Yeah, like the playing's great.
Yeah.
Dad Gad specialist.
I don't know why I said John Mayer.
John Mayer makes sense to me. John Mayer makes sense to me.
I kind of felt like it was one of those things. Like you can tell there's a lot of skill behind it, and but it's actually like you're playing within yourself a little bit. You know, I was like it's just like little flourishes. There's a couple of moments there. I think it's at 140 something where like there's like just a couple of like little sprinkles. Like this, like look how great. Like it's really nice. I kind of trying to find the fill now is going to be crazy. I see now.
I'll be okay, step by step.
It's
before that, I'd say. Yeah, there's like a little spring.
Sleeping on my dreams tonight. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay.
That is an actual Coke can as well.
Is that actually a Coke?
That actually is.
Sponsorship.
It's Chris.
Literally, I don't want sponsorship from them. You're poisoning people.
Yeah.
It's all right. Actually, give me. You're taking water. But there's loads of Barry O'Connell, my longtime producer and lover, secret lover.
Not that secret.
Secret lover. Not fuck. Shit.
We've got the pictures.
We've got the pictures. I have the pictures. I will release them. Unless you send me $5,000, Barry.
So it's sponsored by Incogni. Have you thought about where your pictures are today?
Yeah. But he's a big John Mayer guy, so there's loads of like his signature on that as well. You know?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just kind of like, it's lovely. Sweet. I really just vulnerability for me is really powerful. I don't know, and like you said, like I really think that struggle that you're describing really comes across for some. I mean, like it's you can listen to something and you like the previous one there, Steve, that you had like with More Than Me. It's kind of like disguised as something happy. This is kind of similar, right? It's kind of there's an element of I'm trying not to say it. This is difficult.
Yeah.
You know, and holding on to things now, and really like that. It kind of comes across for me anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's trying to logic his way through it, but everything everything comes back to you. Yeah. Big fan.
Put the keys into
the bowl.
This has become a co-writing session, is it? That's what's happening.
Nah, I'm out.
It's a no from me.
That's a no from me. No thanks.
I've heard the standard of your work. I'm better off by myself, lads.
No, I'm actually, honestly, guys, I'm impressed.
You have to say that you're being recorded.
Yeah, stop recording.
Yeah.
So,
all right, I'm doing Adam. So nice. This is "It's You" by Madam.
I see myself a child. I see myself as old, and you are there next to me. One final dance we've had. Coats are hanging up. The sheets are on the bed. Just one final kiss. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you.
That's fucking dope, bro. That's so sick. That's so class. I actually haven't heard that one yet, so I was listening as a
First
noob.
time.
That's so good, man. Some absolute bang of Japanese house off it. I love it. Do you like Japanese house?
No, I'll need to look up Japanese.
That's literally impossible that you haven't heard Japanese house if you wrote that song.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's mad. There's honestly, well, it's crazy to me because there's loads of like, literally like as soon as it came in with the vocal, I was like, oh, nice. Okay, cool. I like that influence of Japanese house. And then like, cause she does a lot of like the glitchy electronic bits as well on top. And the vocal was very like, mate, you're in for a time. You're in for a good time. I also made a note that perfect for me with ADHD because it's like literally every 8 bars is a new thing.
Okay. I didn't.
Class.
Yeah. Thank you, Keelan.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a super, like, it's my attention never strayed from the song because there's always like newer stuff. You know,
even the way it moves the mix around, like that one point where, you know, the acoustic guitar has been buried, and then at one point it comes super to the front, and everything else goes back. That bit's sick. I love that bit. Yeah, I chose this tune because I was a bad friend and I hadn't listened to all of your music that had come out yet, and I was in the hills with a friend of mine who, for the thing I'm about to say next, will remain nameless, and we were high off our tits. Yeah, and he was like, man, you have to, specifically you have to listen to this song. And I bawled my eyes out, man. I was just in floods of tears on the ground. And one of the main reasons being, like that, I said it to you before.
I was high.
Yeah, I was high. I was just having a really bad trip. Let me tell you about my bad trip in this moment. That one, I see myself a child, I see myself as old, and you were there next to me, I think is like, just, yeah, I don't, I've never heard anyone else, and I don't think this is what you wrote it about after talking to you about it, but to me, that's like, I've been with my partner for so long now that I can't imagine a time in my life where they weren't there, and that's what that means to me. And it's just so, like, simply capsulated in a line for me of being like, there was never a time where we weren't together, even though there absolutely was, you know.
Yeah, actually, I think Steve, you put it to me that way before, and I think I probably didn't listen to it enough. But I actually think like you're capturing, like, I think it's the same feeling that I'm trying to say in some ways for sure. Like I imagined a tidal wave hitting us both, like in the movie 2012. Where the two old people come to the beach and this big kilometre-high wave is going to hit them, and they just stand there like holding each other, and they know they're going to die. Like, and sorry, I'm getting emotional now. But
me too, man. I'm gonna cry with you.
Yeah, it's okay. But I just kind of feel like, you know, that kind of deep, long love that lasts in a long time is quite powerful. Like in the Titanic movie, where the two old people are holding their hands. And they know they're going to drown together. I know that sounds even worse to me, but I'd rather get hit by a tidal wave because it's moving very fast. But that's kind of it. It's kind of like, you know, you flashes in your head, like, and for me it was like I knew that I'd be upset, and I tried to paint a picture of what the house would look like when we weren't there, because we were at the beach waiting to be hit by this, whatever it could be. It could be anything, any sort of catastrophic event, because there's many of them potentially on the horizon. And I just thought, like, when I opened my eyes, that was the bit for me. I knew that, you know, like, I don't know, I said it's you. It's like, oh my God, it's you. Like, you know, like I had one moment where I could actually just go, oh, that's cute. I get to see you for one last time. Yeah. And I think and then I kind of thought about that person. I've been with them for 15 years. I mean, like, it's a long time as it is, but yeah. And like, I think I put myself in the position of the older person. So. I think you nailed it, Steve.
Like that, paint that picture so nice, man. Like the coats are hanging up. Like, you know, I didn't know you were thinking of catastrophic events, but you know something is wrong. You know what I mean? Like something is happening. And that line, the coats are hanging up, the sheets are on the bed. It's just like, oh, it's so nice, man. So good. I'm obviously biased because I know you and your wife Sally very, very well, and I just think it's beautiful. But yeah, what a well delivered piece of emotion as opposed to just a song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's really good live. Sorry, it actually is really good live. I just want you to know it's great live.
Them drums.
Just so you all know.
And you can hear it this Sunday live in London. And you're like, no, it's not in the set list. We're not doing it.
We're not doing it.
It's amazing, man. Even hearing you talk about it there is like super powerful. As somebody who's only met your missus a couple of times, you know, it's like very, very powerful. To hear you talk so candidly as well is amazing, man. So that very much comes across. Like, yeah, without like Steve said, I know it's like a different angle when you know the person, but so when something is that raw, and what do they say about, like, you know, the more specific you are, the more general it is to everyone, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing, you know. Amazing.
Yeah, you were standing on a beach in a movie from 2012 or whenever the movie came out, and I was like, oh, that's specifically about me and my relationship. Like, that's a crazy thing, you know. But yeah,
class.
Yeah, thanks very much.
All right,
thank you.
Let's fucking dry our eyes and move on.
They think
I never cry. So no.
I would like the record to show that I did not shed a tear.
I did not even remotely well up there. Okay, guys. It is very emotional. It actually is. I today have chosen "The Man" by Stephen Springall.
Oh shit! It's not getting any more upbeat. God damn it! We should have timed this better.
Who would have thunk it? Three white guys with acoustic guitars are miserable. Who would have thought?
We're not doing much for the brand here. We should have picked the fucking happy one. God damn it. Anyway, we do also have happy music. Happy music will be played at the show at some point.
Just sad.
Yeah.
No,
well,
there
if we
won't.
were trying to sell the fucking show, I could have played Run of the Mill Guy, because that's the big poppy number, isn't it? But you know, we like what we like. Sorry, would you mind doing the intro again so I can clip it easier?
Absolutely. Steve's getting very choked up, guys. We're about to play a song called "The Man" by Stephen Springall.
He was born with his eyes wide open, arms outstretched, not knowing what the world was hoping, and described how he'd break hearts when he's older, how he'd be the man, how he'd be the man. He goes flying down the hill, pulls a brake back too far, loses the back tire, hits the pavement hard, hobbles home to see his father coming out, clips around the ear and says, boy, I'll give you something to cry about. You gotta be the man. You gotta be the man. But why should he care? It's all going to plan. At least that's what the TV, his friends, his dad keep telling him. If you're not Charlie Sheen, well then you're Alan. And so far the whole world keeps selling that he's the man.
Yeah, boy.
And through the kitchen sink of that one.
Another raw one, boys. Another raw one.
Yeah, for sure.
Very nice. Very nice.
I love oversharing, huh?
Absolutely. And the head trauma, it all makes sense now as well. You know?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Man's got CTE, yeah. No, probably. I love the well, firstly, fucking amazing song. Really disappointed it's not about being a misogynist, but no.
I came with expectations. No Andrew Tate quotes in there.
Sickened. But man, I love it. And the Damien Dempsey style, like rap versus class. It's fucking great tune, man. And like again, the same actually, a lot of the songs have just like great build, you know, and really good restraint throughout the moments when it is building, you know, like proper small to big. But fucking great song. Expand, Steve. I think you don't actually have to expand. I think it's like it's all there, you know. It's like really in black and white, like so. But maybe expand more on, you know, I mean, I guess you've shared your feelings on the subject there a lot, but yeah, what kind of motivated you to share these thoughts in the first place, kind of thing?
It's a weird one because so More Than Me and The Man, which are two songs you guys picked today, are kind of linked. I wrote More Than Me, and a friend of mine who's an artist really liked the song and basically made an exhibition around it. Made a bunch of art. I've actually got a bunch of it hanging up on the walls here, which I don't not here unfortunately over one.
Super cool.
And then she was like, "You should come and play at the exhibition." She was doing like a small. I think we did London, Cork, Galway, Scotland, if I remember correctly. And she was showing me the art, and I was like, well, if I'm going to be performing, I can't just play one song. It's quite a lot of expense to go all the fucking way to Scotland and London. I was living in Cork at the time. And just looking at the art and stuff got me thinking about the whole double-edged swordness of that, and that one of the big motivators for that was kind of about my sisters, or for More Than Me was about my sisters. And you know, I guess then the other side of that coin is me, you know. And yeah, just, you know, in the way that they're not linked. So one thing I need to be clear on is like one does not excuse the other. That's not the point. The point is that More Than Me was kind of an exploration of like how women have to sacrifice themselves for love and give stuff up and trying to figure out what that looks like in a world. And this has been kind of like, I do believe that the standard upbringing of men, or maybe I'll say more specifically in Ireland around the time that we were brought up, is like it's I can't think of a better, more poetic word now, but it's hardcore. Like you are really taught to like push your feelings down. You know, we still had the remnants of Catholic Ireland at that point. Slapping your kids wasn't particularly frowned upon, and you know, I know when I kind of started teaching kids and stuff like that, then like around that time, like you can tell kids who come from certain backgrounds, you can tell very quickly because they act different to other kids. And basically the thing is like how people are shaped, and how, you know, you can trace little things of coming home and telling your dad that you're hurt, and the reaction you get from that into how people take that stuff and progress in their lives, and why men statistically are more violent creatures. I think we're brought up with more direct violence. It was, and yeah, I didn't mean to put so much of myself out there. I think it was just like to assume things would have been dishonest, and to just be like, here's and I remember the moment where I became really aware that like what I was feeling wasn't anger. I was actually like really hurt by something that had happened, and just that realization made me like, people hear that song now, people who don't know me from when we were younger, Adam, and they're just like, I can never imagine you having an anger problem at all. But Adam was there for the side of it where I like would fucking fly off the handle, like, yeah. So that was too long an answer, but just trying to be honest about it.
No, it wasn't too long. It was great, and it's like provides proper additional insight, you know. And like you said, it's specific to you, but it's not like it's, you know, you're just providing the details, but these are like standard things, and it's very true. Like, Adam, sorry, I feel like
you're fine. Yeah, I'm happy to listen. I love listening, because I'm so vulnerable when I speak.
With 2 ears and 1 mouth. It's true, isn't it?
No, yeah, there we go. No. 2 years ago. Yeah, I definitely, first of all, like, obviously, like, really important subject matter. Like, you know, I think we've the liberty of releasing music, and we can talk about anything. But I think this is quite an important thing to talk about. I think particularly in the context of the modern world that we live in, where there's a resurgence of kind of this you call it a more aggressive or more violent streak, but there definitely is an emergence of like people moving back to traditionalist things. And I'm not trying to pigeonhole anyone or say anything about anyone, but I do think there's problems with that. And I think we're kind of being able to talk about them is very important, because otherwise, you know, it's a great thing to do, Steve, just to bring it up and to actually have it there. And I remember you said to me people would come up to you after gigs and they would, like men in particular, obviously, and would say like things to you. What were they saying, Steve? You might just enlighten us there, because I've forgotten a few of them.
Well, it was an interesting thing because, like, generally when you're a singer-songwriter, right, disturbing regular people, like often when we start out doing gigs and stuff, it'll often be a night that's kind of mixed between people who are there for the music and people who just happen to be in the venue, right? So I generally find that it is older men who are just like, these fucking lads now, you know, fucking singing about their feelings, and I'm just trying to have a nice time and have a drink. But the amount of those kind of lads who would come up at the end and just be quite teary and be like, I really like that song, you know, and a lot of the time they wouldn't be able to get more out than that, but they'd just be like, that song about the man, I really like that, and then they'd kind of shuffle off again. And yeah, that was when I decided that it was probably worth to keep playing that song live, because yeah, it reaches the right audience, I think, when you
100%.
play to people, you know?
I think because a lot of us, we're all musicians, and I don't want this to come across as wanky, but like, I think that we're sort of, because of the nature of what we do, and like you said, we write songs, so therefore we have an opinion and therefore we express it. But like, a lot of people just don't have these conversations, and it's like obviously talked about a lot that like men don't talk, and you think like, oh, there's so much talking about men talking that surely they fucking do at this point. But like, people really don't, like, because a lot of people really don't know how to express themselves. And it just comes across in, when they do, it's like, it's mad. Like, I've seen it a couple of times now lately, like, where you're just like, because I feel like the three of us anyway, we're quite open people, like, you can chat to people and what have you, you know, but yeah, it's fascinating when you see someone actually like, oh, I can tell this is like their first time actually talking about some of these subjects, like, you know, and it's like, it's pretty life-changing for them, you know what I mean? And like, I've had those breakthrough moments as well with fucking people, friends and fucking therapists and all that shit, man. It's but just to start that conversation is amazing, and you did it in a pretty powerful way as well. So
I think I wanted to just say as well there quickly that one of the things, one thing that the song is like, what I'm trying to get across at the end is like someone who's lived on the side of like, you know, there was definitely a time in my life where I was considered like a man, and it's that I feel that very far away now. I feel like people don't look at me that way now, and I'm glad of certain parts of that. But the point of the tune was to be like, but it's not good, you know, like, it's not, you know, like putting the, like, you know, if people like, I've played rugby and I've been really good at it, and people have thought that I was like up for the banter and whatever, and I did other things that men are supposed to do, and I wasn't having a good time. And I think that's the part now with the resurgence of this stuff again. I'd love to find a way of getting through to youth, of being like, because I think, sorry, this is really long-winded, but I think one of the problems is when you're on the left and you're like a more considerate person, like, you don't brag. Like, bragging's not like a part of it. I think the left needs to figure out how to brag, because there's loads of songs like this song where we're like, it's not good, guys. But, you know, I think there's like the whole male loneliness epidemic at the moment. I'm just like, guys, all of the like liberal sound guys I know they all be fucking. Like they're all having a good time. You know what I mean? It's not lonely on the side over here. So I think like listen to the song. This is shit. Be sound, and you won't have a male loneliness epidemic. That's the message I want to put out attached to that song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Defo.
Yeah, we're all in relationships. Adam is married. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Performative males winning again. No joke. Let's go.
Full circle.
Full circle. Yeah, no, it's actually fucking true though. And it's the internet is kind of a scary place for that crack, because you're seeing like the voices of opinions who are like fucking wow, like Jesus Christ, you're really hurt and you're really putting it out there in such a fucking bad way and polluting other people, like, you know, with really fucking toxic opinions, you know. When it's like actually
when you're sorry.
Go on, yeah.
It's funny when you've got past some of that stuff as well, because how obvious it is to you, I think, is the thing.
Yeah.
Like you look at people like, I mean, the two most obvious examples to me are like Andrew Tate and Elon Musk, and they're like, you're so massively insecure, man. Like you're so, but people who haven't, like, it's a weird thing. This is very high horsey now. I don't really mean it like this, but I think the idea that people do worship them, and I'm just like, man, they're, from my point of view, they seem very clearly, like you said, Carl, they seem very clearly hurt, you know? Like they're not having a good time, it seems to me, you know?
Yeah. That is the thing. Sometimes I suppose it does come across as like we're on our high horses, but we're not. We're like, mate, I've been like we've all been hurt as well, and it's moving through that stuff, because everyone's got trauma, and regardless, like you couldn't have possibly lived life without getting fucking hurt at some point, like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's how you like move through these things. But do try very hard to be sound, like, because it's fucking great for the world in general if we're all a bit nicer to each other. And living in a city like London, you can see all the manner of spectrum of people being nice and people being very not nice. But one place you can be guaranteed of a good time is Folklore in Hoxton this Sunday.
Stopping him.
There's no stopping this guy, because you know, at the end of the day, we're good guys, but we're capitalist scum, and we want you to spend your hard-earned money listening to us express our opinions. All right, at the end of the day, don't spend your money on Andrew Tate. Spend it on these guys instead.
In fact, if you watch this and you don't spend your money on our ticket, we'll assume that you support Andrew Tate. Actually, I think that's the natural conclusion of this.
Yeah, you were sucking at the teat of the top G.
Don't buy trashy mags. Don't buy, you know, don't buy rubbish. Instead, come buy my vinyl and watch me play live. Yes.
Put down that copy of Nuts and buy Before We Die by Madam.
There you go. All right, lads. This has been a long one, so I'm gonna wrap it up here now. But just to be clear, in case you haven't picked it up already, we are playing some of these songs, at least, at our headline show in Folklore Hoxton on the 30th of November. It's a Sunday. It's winter time. You haven't got anything else going on. You're not going on a hike. You know, what's good in the cinema? Nothing. Come and have a nice time with us. We're hosting a raffle. I know the songs we've played have all been a bit deep and sometimes a bit sad, but it's going to be a good time. Colin's music is very uplifting. Madam has a great way of looking at the little beautiful things in life, and I'm just generally going to be quite angry on stage, but you know, it's something to get hyped up about. So see you.
We've got nice hats.
We've got nice hats, nice beards. So we'll see you on the 30th of November in the Folklore Hoxton.
Sweet.